Welcome to Spartan Strong in 3. Today I'm with Josh Nease, our Supervisor of Grounds and Operations. Josh, could you introduce yourself to our community and explain what your role is in our district?
Hi, my name is Josh Nease. As Jennifer said, I'm Director Supervisor of Buildings and Grounds. I've been with the district for 17 years. My responsibilities are overseeing all the maintenance and operations of the facilities here on campus. We have 43 acres of turf, which I maintain, and also we do all of our own snow removal.
Great. As you think about the job as you've been here, what are some of the financial increases that you've seen within your department over the last 10 to 15 years?
Um, One of the biggest financial increases that I've noticed is our cost for cleaning supplies. We currently spend approximately $25,000 a year for those items, with 11,000 of that being just toilet paper and hand towels. Um, this part of my department's budget has increased $2,000 just over the last 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
So I can't imagine what it's been for the last 22 years.
Sure, because we haven't had any new money since
Right.
1996. So
Right.
when you think about the fact that just in 2 years, that itemized piece of our budget has increased 2 to 3 years, then everything else has also compounded, which explains
Right.
why we need the 1% earned income tax for operating
Correct.
expenses.
Correct.
So when you think about your department, what are some of those greatest challenges that you and your department face on a daily basis or weekly basis?
Our greatest challenge is really keeping up with the maintenance on a lot of the older equipment in all three buildings, um, especially like our HVAC system here at the middle school. And there's no air conditioning here whatsoever. Um, we've got old pneumatic controls for the heating system, and those we can no longer get some of those parts to make them operate correctly as they did when they were put in. So that's a huge problem for us. And then also on the same token, a lot of the radiators of the heater cores
Okay.
that the water flows through in the classrooms, a lot of those we can no longer get. So anytime something happens, if it breaks, we get a cold draft coming in, like we do in a lot of these buildings in the winter, um, and we get a coil that freezes. We can't get a new coil. We have to take it, solder it, and hope it holds. And we've got some with probably at least 24 to 25 patches.
Oh my. Okay. What about in the other two buildings?
Electrical and heating issues are two of our main concerns in the other two buildings, as
Okay.
well as this. When they are, well, it's a problem in all three buildings. Leaking roofs in all three buildings. The elementary being the worst,
Okay.
um, and also like in the high school, the high humidity. We've got rooms where we've had to put dehumidifiers in just because of the constant humidity. We'll have papers curling in books, even with the air conditioners running. And then also in both of those buildings, the handicap accessibility into the rooms. The high school, because the doors are recessed back in, they're not wheelchair accessible.
Okay. All right. Can you talk just a little bit more about why the old equipment is a challenge?
So with the older equipment, like I said earlier, we can no longer get parts. So
Right.
what we have to do a lot of times is improvise and try to create our own fixes for it. Like example, the unit vents with patching them, or if we get a pneumatic valve go bad, we can't get the valves for them. We have to replumb everything up to that point. Um, and so most of the time we are band-aiding or just patching the problem instead of being able to fix it like we'd like to.
Sure. And I guess that's the piece that I want to emphasize to our community is when we went through our master facility plan, that's what we consistently heard from our community, that it was time to move forward.
Right.
And there are not only just the curricular issues that we're dealing with technology and a lack of a media center in our middle school and high school where our secondary students most definitely need that. But there's also the maintenance of it,
Right.
and that it's time to think future and not just continuing to band-aid. So,
Right.
well, I certainly appreciate everything that you do and
Well, thank you.
your leadership in our department. I think our community would definitely agree that we have, if not the best, at least one of the best maintenance and custodial crews in our area. And I hope that our community understands that that's something that they could be proud of. And when you think about moving forward, this is an investment for them.
Oh, it's a huge
And
investment.
so to know that you have people that take such pride in their work and have kept these older buildings in such good
Hmm.
shape, that they should be very excited and very confident to know that the new buildings will be taken as good of care, if not better, because your time will be able to be more efficient on
Right.
what
We
you
won't.
do.
I don't think we'll always be chasing our tail.
That would be great.